Researchers, doctors and patients of HIV/AIDS are urging the international community not to forget about the disease. There's still no cure or vaccine, but those attending the conference say the battle against the virus is at a turning point. Al Jazeera's Kimberly Halkett is live for us at the conference in Washington, D.C. And Kimberly, 3 decades now that AIDS has been on the scene. What is this conference hoping to achieve?
Well, there really is one focus of this conference, and that really is the key point that's being hammered out over and over again of among the 25,000 attendees that will be participating in this conference over the next few days, and that really is ending the epidemic. And now there's going to be a number of key professionals in the field of HIV that will be attending this. There are going to be researchers, activists, all kinds of professionals who all seem to share some of the excitement surrounding many of the medical breakthroughs that have taken place in recent years, and that is the fact that now there is the combination of antiretroviral drugs that has not only improved the quality of life for those who are infected with HIV, but as well has in 94% of cases improved and prevented new infections. But at the same time, while there are reasons to celebrate some of the positive statistics, the global community, not only is it gathering here in Washington, D.C., but it is also focusing on Washington, D.C. itself, where the statistics are not quite as rosy. In fact, 3% of Washington, D.C. residents are infected with HIV under the age of 12, and many activists here say that racial and income disparities are to blame.
It's the capital of the richest nation on earth, yet Washington, D.C. has one of the highest HIV infection rates in the world, 3.2%, higher than Rwanda, Kenya, or Ethiopia. The problem is worst in Anacostia. A mostly black neighborhood is beset by low education and high unemployment. Ex-felon Dwayne Williams once ran these streets as a drug dealer. Now he drives them in a mobile testing lab.
When I run these streets, I'm running for HIV. I'm running the streets to help my community. I'm running the streets to give back, give back, give back.
Derek Atchison isn't sure about his HIV status.
So I'm going to be HIV tested today?
Oh, this is a blessing, man, that y'all come to us, man. We wouldn't went to y'all.
Well, the AIDS epidemic is improving abroad, mostly due to nearly $40 billion being spent on the global AIDS crisis since 2003. Little funding made it to America's backyard, a point of criticism for U.S. President Obama.
In 2010, the Obama administration unveiled America's first national AIDS strategy to reduce infections and provide all Americans with access to life-extending care. Still, in the United States each year, more than 50,000 people become infected with HIV.
Now techniques for fighting HIV and AIDS that have already been proven successful in African nations are being incorporated in the United States.
Reducing viral load, getting folks into treatment, increasing testing, reducing health disparities. Really simple, but we'd never put it on paper.
But she says perceptions must also change. HIV is no longer the gay man's disease of the 1980s, as many Americans still believe. The demographic hit hard now is straight African-American men, like Derek Atchison, who has just learned he's HIV-free.
Ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
That I can get out and jump for joy.
Exactly.
You hear me? I might cry a little bit, so don't...
But others living in this deprived neighborhood may not be as fortunate. That's why overcoming socioeconomic disparities, which makes so many Americans vulnerable to infection, is now the focus for combating HIV in the United States.
Kimberly, you'd think that 30 years on, there could be no myths about AIDS and how you can contract it. Do you think ignorance is still killing people?
It's a major part of the equation, Nick. In fact, that is one of the focuses of this conference, is really education and awareness. It's amazing how many even educated Americans really still do not realize that the virus cannot be transmitted through casual contact. So that is one of the major education aspects that is going to be taking place over the next few days. The other one is going to be funding. You know, there are going to be a number of high-profile donors that are going to be here. For one, Bill Gates, the Microsoft tycoon, he is going to be here, as well as government ministers from around the world. President Obama will not be attending, but that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will. These are people that hold the purse strings that many believe hold the answers and the ability to find a cure. And that is the bottom line of what many are getting to the heart of here as they discuss. They want the kind of conversations that will lead to what they believe is really possible. And that is a future where there will actually be an AIDS-free generation in the world.
Kimberly, thanks very much indeed. Kimberly Halkett reporting there from Washington, D.C. Thank you.